Hello there, my darlings. Hello and welcome to the Lionsgate portal. Look, this music wants to go again and it's so pretty, but we're not going to allow it. Wait, let's give it a stop here. No, my darling, no, stop. See, Mercury retrograde, here we are. But that's okay. It's not an interruption. How are you? Welcome. It is the daytime. We're having a daytime stream. Hello. I love it. Thank you so much. I am so happy that you are here today because you know what? It means that you have a little extra edge in manifesting what you need to manifest. Today is August the 8th of 2025. The Lionsgate portal is open one time per year. It starts approximately July 27th, 28th, and will go until almost the end of Mercury retrograde. And boy, having Mercury retrograde and the Lionsgate portal in same intertwined, look out. It gives you the extra edge. I'm going to tell you, yesterday was a gut punch. I mean, it just kept on and on. I was telling Mrs. Marie, okay, can we stop already? Can we give it enough? And then this morning I get up, the sun is shining, the portal is open. Every morning that I get up, I'm ready for business. I'm ready to hit the floor running. I'm just ready. Forget about yesterday, it's gone. Now it's time to deal with today. And today, since it is the Lionsgate portal, let me give you a little background of Lionsgate portal. For those of you who are just like, okay, I'm just here, Zelda, because I like to be here. Why not? But here, I'm going to give you a little talking point, okay? So just so you know, I am so happy that you are here with True Oracle because we love to help you manifest your future. And not only do you manifest your future, it's written as a destiny in the stars. So, my darlings, things are very strong today. The energy is very strong. And today is the day the Lionsgate ancient energy meets divine alignment. And Petey is entering the picture. He shouldn't be, but here he is. We are standing under a cosmic gateway that opens one time per year, and that's why we've got to take advantage of it. This is one when the sun is in Leo and the star Sirius rises. Numerology of 8-8 amplifies abundance, and you can see the eights that I have on the screen. They are like an infinite amount of energy. It amplifies abundance, power, and it's definitely soul awakening. So my darlings, while we're getting into this, I hope you're grabbing your crystals, your snacks, your little drinks, your fur babies. Light a candle or two if you've got it, because we're going to step into some mystery of the 8-8 portal. So I'm going to say this, and I've said it again, it happens one time per year. And I think it's really important because just like a Mercury retrograde, we have this energy that builds up. It's like a crescendo in a musical. It's this crescendo where it builds up to today. And then it does wane a little bit, but you're going to feel the energy of this probably for the next 30 days. Take advantage of it. The astrological alignment, the sun in Leo and the star in Sirius rises, and the star is called the spiritual sun by the ancients. Don't you love it? The Earth, Sun, and Sirius form a celestial alignment with Orion's belt, activating higher frequencies. So if you're feeling like you're a little tingly today, because I have kind of felt that way all day, and you know it's not medical, okay? But you're feeling that it's like, oh my goodness, it's a good feeling of tingling. You know, the frequency and vibration is tuning into you. It's time to get and activate those codes, those frequency codes that you're getting. So you see, this is just not an astrological climate, planetary alignment. It's an invitation to level up. And you can level up spiritually, emotionally, energetically. And many say when our higher selves can download blueprints of the stars, it gives you an edge, my darling. It gives you an edge. So all of this is so wonderful. I'm going to tell you today, pardon me, today has been, I got the hair thing going. Today has been an awesome day, almost like a 180-degree turnaround. But the number 8, the sign of infinity, not infamy, infinity, it's balance, karmic codes, and definitely manifestation. In the double, the 8, it activates limitless, let me say that again, limitless potential, eventually regarding abundance. Especially and eventually regarding abundance, leadership, and definitely your spiritual gifts. Now, don't look at me and say, Zelda, I don't have any spiritual gifts. Oh, yes, you do. Oh, yes, you do. They just may not have come out yet, or you may not have realized them. You see, not every spiritual gift is that be able to look at the crystal ball or look at the cards or look at people and decide and decipher or do any of those things. Spiritual gifts can be that ability to know when someone needs a kind word, a helping hand, or maybe even a smile. That is a spiritual gift. Many people don't want to activate those, but you do, and that's why you're here. Having the 8 is like a cosmic mirror, my darlings. What you believe, you receive. So be careful what you're believing today. Be careful. And especially today, more than ever, your intentions are amplified off the roof, out of bounds, into the universe. Boom. The role of Sirius, or the spiritual sun, is associated with wisdom, ascension, that means leveling up, and ancient Egypt. Isn't that cool? I love that. If marked with the flooding of the Nile and the rising of Isis. Remember that old kids shows? She would hold up a ring or something and she would say, Almighty Isis. That's who we're talking about. It is said that a transit divine codes, especially star seeds, are those on a psychic path. Sirius energy is like a spotlight from another dimension. It's going to shine on you. It's going to just shine over you like a spiritual blanket. It doesn't just light your pathway, my darlings. It reveals your power. That's what is so exciting about today. So how do you do all this? Because talk is talk. We have to implement what we do. We have to go that one step further. You set a clear intention. You write them or you speak them aloud. Today, I am so grateful that I am. Always I am. Not I want to be. Have you ever met a wannabe? They're a little on the frustrating side, and especially to hear. So you are. I am. You are. Set your intentions. I am this. I am this. You can meditate with a lapis lazuli, which is a beautiful stone, or a gem, a tiger's eye, or a citrine. You can do mirror work. Now, I'm not into mirror work. Some people are. But you can look in a mirror and you can state your affirmations and you can say, you know what, self? You're going to be successful in this, and we will put it together. And we, you, self, me, together, the three of us, me, myself, and I, will be successful. We are. We are successful. But I have to give you a little pep talk sometimes. And that's your mirror work. I don't like the mirror work where you sit and you stare. No, not into that. You call in your lion or your lion, pardon me, no more pickle juice. Call in lion or your feline spirit guides, and you perform a little simple candle, white gold, with a single written goal, and you burn it safely. Sometimes what I like to do is take a piece of parchment, write my goal, put it under a candle, just let it go for 10 or 15 minutes, extinguish your candles safely, never blow out a candle. You're blowing the energy away. Extinguish it. You can even wet your fingers and pinch it. So the symbolism of this, my darlings, is the lion, obviously, which is strength, sovereignty, and a solar heart. The sun, which is conscious, willpower, and life force. Sirius, the celestial star, or the celestial sun, is soul level awakening. And the infinite eight is eternal abundance in all areas, not just money, and karmic mastery. Yes, you can master karma. That's what it's all about. Yes, you can master karma. Now, I want to show you something, my darlings. You see this? Maybe not really well. This is the strength card in the tarot. It is the tarot significator card for the sign of Leo, the lion. But do you see that little infinity symbol there above her head? That tells that she has the ability to figure it out. Infinite amount of possibilities and creativities. Have you ever done the, you know what, I just can't figure it out? Have you ever done that? You sat here and said, I don't know what I'm going to do. I can't figure it out. Oh, yes, you can. You have figured this out many, many times before. There's nothing stopping you doing it now. You're going to be able, you will figure things out because we have an infinite amount of strength and creative ability within us. Yes, the captain is a Leo. Now, with Mercury retrograde, some people are saying, how on earth is this going to even happen? I mean, this sounds so good, and Mercury retrograde can be so negative. And my darlings, yes, it is, and yes, it can be. However, I kind of like Mercury retrogrades. Yes. You feel like you got that hangover when it's all said and done, and we have 3 days until it goes direct. So it's getting ready. And I'm going to tell you what happens when Mercury goes direct. Okay. It is, you have your solar system, and you have Mercury just here, just like this little planet lagging behind. Think of your internet lagging. That's Mercury. Can you think of that? Yes, of course. How many times have we been watching a show or a live presentation and you see everything go pixelated and weird and they sound like they're going, oh. Drink time, my darlings. It goes weird and wonky. The one thing about Mercury retrograde is it makes us slow down, and many of us have to. You know, when you're going at the grind, okay, I got to get it done. I got to get it done. I got a deadline. I got to get it done. I got to do this. I got to do that. Mercury retrograde will actually put something ahead of you that will make you sometimes stop and think exactly what it is that you're doing. And during this Mercury retrograde, it's been a little tough at times, but I'm also going to share that it's been actually very prosperous and very good. It is a time for which you can just sit back and say, because you know, when Mercury goes direct again, and I was going to show you what happens. I'm sorry, Captain Jerry, I just got your text. The answer is no, my darlings. All right, except for, oh, yes, I'm sorry. Hello, I'm on a different channel now. You see, that's Mercury at its best, but that's why I have Captain Jerry around. This is the True Oracle Venmo. If you'd like to send over a tip, not required nor necessary, but that's where you send it today. Okay. Anyway, when Mercury is doing its thing and going lagging, thank you, Captain. I would not know. Lagging. Mercury is going to be retrograde until the 11th, 3 more days. And then we kind of go into this, it's the letdown. It's like we have the hangover. But what happens is and get ready, because on the 11th, you're going to feel it, because Mercury is approaching to go direct. It's approaching. And all of a sudden, when it's time to go direct, it's like, boom. And we all feel this energy jolt. It's kind of like, oh, okay, sorry. I just woke up with that lampshade on my head. I like to put up this little image here because I just think it's so hilarious and it tells so much. Here we are. That's actually me emerging out of the Mercury retrograde. That will be in 3 days. It's very powerful, Mercury, in this. And Virgo is also involved and extremely grounding. I love this. It's kind of funny. We have to laugh at it, right? So, my darlings, coming through this time, this is the time when we absorb, pardon me. Do you know the pickle juice works? When I drink the pickle juice, and I've drank so much pickle juice, I'm out of it and I don't have any now, and I'm waiting for it to be delivered. I'm going to be pickled by the time. I want you to know, I'm going to tell you something funny. My grandmother, my great-grandmother, my mother, all the women in my family, instead of referring to somebody who drank a lot as a drunk, they would refer to them as being pickled. So if I say I am pickled, you know I'm not drunk. I'm just drinking pickle juice and I'm waiting for it. Mrs. Marie is in the chat. Hello, my darling. Welcome, welcome. So what happens now is Mercury will go direct. And we're going to have this Lionsgate portal. I think it's now until the 12th. So we have a coinciding of the Lionsgate portal and Mercury going direct. And I can just tell you, hold on. Because this energy is like, look out. We're ready to rumble. Look out. But it's okay. And I love it. because it helps us. It creates the character within us. Look, every one of you here, I love that you are all here. You know why? Because you're not hothouse lilies. What is a hothouse lily? About the same as a hothouse tomato. You look like a lily, you look like a tomato, but after you get down in deep, there's just nothing there. You can't survive other than being in a hothouse. That's it. Having that protection of the hothouse, knowing that it's going to be raining when you need it. You will be fed when you need it. You will have the sun when you need it. That is a hothouse lily. Put them outside and it's like, my gosh, I can't survive. And my darlings, the idea of you is survival of the fittest, creativity, creation, opening that portal like you're opening a door and saying, here I come. Look out. Command the energy of the room, because that's what it's all about. Being so in your zone that even when you know Mrs. Marie in here in the chat can say, oh my gosh, Zelda had a bad day yesterday. Oh yeah, Zelda had a bad day yesterday, but you know what? I went to bed last night and I thought, you know what? I'm Scarlet. Tomorrow is another day. So I can put this day behind me and start fresh. And believe me, when I got up this morning, it was tickety boom, 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 boom. All is well in the land of the House of Zelda. And it's getting back to where it really should be and what I deserve. And that's the same thing as you. Open this portal today. Figuratively speaking, open the portal and basically saying, I'm here. Hit me. What's that song? Pat Benatar. Hit me with your best shot frequency. Let's go. That's what you got to do. Let's go. Let's get this done. You are not a hothouse lily. You are made to be here to function. And our surroundings have, my darlings, been put here on Earth and in the universe for us to take advantage of. They're here for us. And yet you see, oh, I don't know. I just, does it require me doing anything? I want to share something with you. And it's not because I'm trying to call anybody out, because that's not, so I'm not mentioning any names. There's a creator on here, not in here, but on YouTube. There's a creator that worked for a food delivery. She got monetized with YouTube. She was so happy. She kept showing what she made. Now, as far as YouTube is concerned, that is a big fat no. You don't do it. Stop. But she kept on. And she wasn't bragging. She was so happy. This was an accomplishment. And I said, look, because she would ask me some questions sometimes about YouTube. And I said, oh, you better be careful. YouTube is touchy. Advertisers are touchy. They don't want you doing that. That's a private thing. But she would put on screenshots, and sometimes people do, but it's like a once in a little thing, and they're really cracking down on it. I told her, be careful. What happened? YouTube demonetized her. They cut her off. And they said, you gotta be out of the creator program for 3 months, and then we will consider putting you back in, but you've got to keep posting. So now, my darlings, what she is posting is, oh my God, I'm so broke. Oh my, this is so horrible. They repossessed my car yesterday. Oh, this is so, anybody that can send me any money. Oh my gosh. I'm getting evicted. Now I lost this. And her viewership is going down. Does anybody understand why? It's kind of like nobody wants to hear that. And it's not because we don't have that feeling. It's not because we don't care or that we have some empathy, not so much sympathy, but empathy. But when I see the whining and the wine bagging, I call it wine bagging and the crying online, you do that stuff in private. You do it in private. And then you share your dreams, your goals, and your successes. Why? So you can help others. What has this done? Her comments are filled with, well, I would send you some money, but I'm getting evicted too. Well, I lost my car 2 weeks ago and I'm walking and now I lost my job because I lost my car. The whole comments, and she's answering every one of them. Yeah, I know how you feel, blah, blah, blah. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Now, I'm not calling her out, but what I'm doing is I want to call her up. But sometimes people don't listen. Sometimes people don't understand I can use this energy and focus in another way. She is still with a food delivery service. So she sent me a little note yesterday on YouTube and said, what would you do? I said, I would stop what you're doing and get your butt out there and have a goal of $200 a day delivering food, no matter how long it took you. If you've got to work 4 hours, 8 hours, 16 hours and deliver that food to make your goal money by the 18th when you need it, by golly, you step up. So the time that you're taking, wasting, making these videos, whining, crying, complaining, could be time that you're using for productivity because you reap what you sow. And that is especially here, my darlings. You see this Lionsgate portal here? That is especially true for right now. Watch what you wish for. Only talk about something that you want to receive and be careful. Be careful, even jokingly. I have to. Be careful of that. But be careful of what you say. And especially who you say it about. Be careful. Why am I giving you such a warning? Because the portal is open. I'm going to say that cheat codes have been downloaded on you, my darling. They're yours. You've got cheat codes. What are cheat codes? Well, the energy, the vibration of the universe on this beautiful August 8th, the Lionsgate portal is telling us, here you go. Here's your once a year, whether you need it or not. Go use it, be blessed. And yet, what happens? I've seen nothing all day about people giving other people the finger, all this other. Stop. What good does that do? These people that are doing it, stop. Enjoy the cheat codes that we are getting from the universe. Now, if you have any rice jars out there, my darling, now is the time to put your rice jar out tonight all day. I've had mine on the windowsill. I won't put it outside because you never know. I was going to say manicurist. I've got people that come along and take care of the lawn that comes out here. So I put it on the windowsill. But I want to show you something else. I've been talking about upgrading my rice jar. Now, this is going to be my new rice jar. But before I fill it, I want to show you what this is. You see there, that's my coffee. You know, I drink instant coffee. And I can show you how to fix your instant coffee so it tastes like it was brewed in a beautiful little pot. And that's why I love it, but I like Nescafe. Anyway, I'm showing you this because you do not have to embellish your rice jar. You don't. I've got people who have ribbons and who've glued stones and crystals and gone that far. You don't have to do any of that. Simple is best. In fact, I'm going to tell you what. I love this coffee, this brand of coffee so much. I'm not going to scrape these labels off. That's why I wanted to show this to you. You don't have to do nothing now like that, because you're setting your intention with your rice and what you put in it. What do you put in it? Okay, well, I'll tell you what I put in mine. I've got some cash in mine. I've got a check that I have downloaded from trueoracle.com. Let me put that up here for you. True Oracle, where are you, my darling? Hello. There you are. You go over there to trueoracle.com and you can look in the psychic shop and you're going to see this check from the universe. Now, it's not a check that you can write. Don't write it and take it to the bank. Hello. Right? We all know better. It's a check from the universe and you write it out and you just say, okay, this is my check and I want this. And please, when you have a particular need for money, gotcha, right? When you have a particular need for this, you don't just write down what you need. You write down much more because you don't want to be in another particular need the next month. Write down what you know you can use to function and relax and have fun and go places. So use your check. I have a check in here. I have an IOU from the universe. I have a little description about a house. And you see that little mark there in my rice jar? That's cash coming to the surface. You know you're manifesting when that happens. Now, there's many times, and I've made Mrs. Marie in the chat some videos about some other things, and she probably has noticed that I have my rice jar sitting right here in front of my keyboard. It ain't going nowhere. Now, I don't sleep with it, but you put whatever your little heart's desire is in there. You don't put anything negative because you're going to manifest whatever is negative. You go over there and you know you're going to have answers. If you need a particular answer on something, then you put, this answer to my question is coming today. And you know what? If it doesn't come today, you know what? Then tomorrow will be today. And don't get hung up on, oh, it hasn't come yet. The universe does need a little time to work some things out and manifest and push other things to the side to make a beautiful pathway just for you. And that's what this Lionsgate portal is for. All of the cheat codes. Every one. All of the cheat codes. What are the cheat codes? Whichever ones you need. If you want a little bit of energy to make it through the day, that's your cheat code. If you want a little bit of energy, and yes, it does take energy to sleep correctly, then that's your cheat code. If you want a little bit of something, that's your cheat code. Load up the cheat codes. You are limitless. There's no reason why you can't have any additional cheat codes. Don't limit yourself. You know what? I'd like to have a cheat code on this. I think I'll take this because I know there's going to be a day when I can really use this. You see, it's limitless. You are at the universal buffet. Go in, take what you want, but make sure you use it eventually. Because what you don't want to be doing, like at a buffet, is load up your plate, take 2 bites, and throw it away, because then it ain't going to happen. Wilma says, Mercury's playing with it's gone all weird. Well, honey, I don't know, and there's nothing I can do about it. That's the Mercury retrograde. And I'm sorry, but there's not anything I could do about it. It might be in your area. I don't know. But anyway, thanks for letting us know. Now, give me a second. I got a really important email in. Give me a second. So, my darlings, guess what? Miss Melanie Little has emailed me and said she would like to go live for the 8/8 tonight or tomorrow for the full moon. I would like to prepare for her in a very good way and get her the advertising that we need. So I'm going to say tomorrow night. And I think that will be absolutely awesome. And I'll be advertising. So she's going to be coming on Saturday night. I'm so excited. Love Melanie Little. So, in fact, let me do this. I want to send her over I'm going to send her over this link for the stream that I've got going right now. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me see. Give me a second. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to send this over to her because you know what? This is important. And thank you all. Listen, you are all seeing history being made. This is history being made. Look, let me take this banner down real fast because I want to answer some of your questions here. And look at this. Zen Jen said, you manifested. I sure did. I sure did. You can ask those who know me in the chat that says, you know, how many times have I said, oh, I would just love to have Miss Melanie Little on the show because she is so bloody awesome. And I'm a small creator. And after I reach 10,000, I'm going to reach out to her. Well, I'm up to almost 10,400. And this is exciting. So it might be tonight. So stay tuned. It might be tonight. It may be tomorrow night. But this is going to be a very, very good show. So, do you see how powerful this is? Do you see how absolutely beautifully powerful the cheat codes from the Lionsgate portal can be? Thank you, Patty. Patty says all of you will help manifest. You all did. Listen, if it weren't for you, we wouldn't be here. That's why I'm so grateful. I mean, that is wonderful. I'm trying not to cry. So I don't drink in the microphone. Anyway, my darlings, I don't know what you're manifesting today, but it doesn't matter. Because whatever it is that you're manifesting, you are manifesting for you. And that's why it does matter. Quite frankly, I wouldn't share a thing. I would literally not share a bloody thing. Nada. With anybody when you are manifesting. Do you know why? Because you're always going to have these things other than people, situationships, not relationships, but situationships. Those people that don't even know you that well. That's why you got to keep it all in here. Keep it all in here. Keep it all in here. And take a lock, my darlings. Take a lock. Don't tell. You know how Miss Melanie talks about self-incrimination? Well, when you talk about what you are manifesting, you self-incriminate because you can't get mad at the person who looks at you like you're completely off of a, hello. Do you need a straitjacket and a padded room? Because most people have done that. And listen, some of you that are in the chat and some of you that are listening that know me, I can't tell you how many times people that I had close to me. You want to hear a funny story? Here we go. Zelda's got another funny story. I have friends in the production company and in the movie company. Some people that I worked very, very close with were the ones that produced Dumb and Dumber. And do you know why they did it? Because the person who invested in that money needed a loss on their taxes. So they did it. And unfortunately for them, Dumb and Dumber became this huge, great big movie. Well, back a few years ago, we were trying to put some things together for James Franco. Now, all of you know James Franco. I love James Franco to a certain degree. And the funny part of this is I was dating this dude, Shrek, dating Shrek. If I showed you pictures, you would laugh. The only thing he's not is green. Seriously, don't know what. Anyway. So I'm sitting there talking to James Franco's representative, talking to some other people. James Franco started following me on Facebook, and I knew it was them because we had Zoom calls and all this other. So it wasn't this, oh, I'm being contacted. There's this person, oh, James Franco is in love with me, blah, blah. And no, it wasn't anything like that. It was strictly business. I had other business people in on it and everything. When this was all said and done, do you know what happened? Shrek takes a look at me because I'm like, wow, I am just so grateful. James Franco, and there was somebody else that was on one of these doctor shows, and we were putting together some type of movie together and all this other stuff. After it was all said and done, I was sitting there and saying, I am so grateful for this. I am just so grateful for everything that had gone on, everything. And you know what Shrek says to me? And it's not only what he said, it's what he did. He looked at me and went, "Why would James Franco ever contact you?" That's when you know. That's when you know you don't owe anyone else an explanation. And it has happened to everyone here. I will tell you, I know that it has. You don't owe anyone any explanation. Now, I could have been lit up Zelda. I could have went up all crazy. I could have went just been a nutcase for 2 or 3 days and started a big blow up, and it would have just escalated into 2 or 3 solid hours. And yet, the funny thing is, I just looked at him like he was completely out of his complete gourd. And he was. And that did more than me barking at him. That's why I tell these stories, because you can live by my experience. Know that sometimes it doesn't matter. Other people don't need explanations what you are doing in your life, especially if you don't see them on the daily, if you go home and you sleep by yourself, if you eat by yourself and you pay your own bills. Other people don't need those explanations. You don't self-incriminate. Just like all of our law friends have to say, you don't self-incriminate. It is so funny how sometimes, and I think as time goes on, and I heard Miss Melanie the other day say, wow, time is going so fast. Do you know why time goes so fast? Because the longer we live, the more experience we have. And the more experience we have, the longer, the shorter time feels. Do you remember the day? I do. When you're younger and you're kind of, it's summer and you're kind of sitting there and you're kind of thinking, gosh, I wish there was something I could, gosh, it's Friday. I've got a date with a really nice football player and I really think he's cute and I really want to go out with him. And it's Tuesday. I can hardly wait. And it just seems like from Tuesday to Friday, you are like watching the clock and going, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And then the moment that you're on your date with Mr. Wonderful, the time goes. It's because you start living. It's because you start experiencing life. That's why time seems to go so quick, because you understand the precious commodity life is, and you're not going to just sit here and say, oh, I'll just get up and waste it away today. Now, some people do. If you're watching this, I know you don't. I want you to go around today and say cheat codes, cheat codes, cheat codes. I want you to do that. Cheat codes. Because the cheat codes are what's making you you. Entering this portal, this 8/8 Leo inspired strength card from the tarot. Look at this. I want you to think about this today. Strength card. I want to explain this to you. Let me get my little trusty pen so I don't put my fingers in front of everything. I'm sorry you can't really see that well, but I think it's enough for you to be able to make it out. Look, this lady, beautiful, put together. She's in a tough place. She's got this big kitty that's giving her a hard time, and she's got to figure out how to overcome. I want you to look at your situations, circumstances, situationships, whatever they are, as this big kitty. No matter what, they can be overcome. So the idea of this, my darling, is look, on the surface, she has an infinite amount of ability, creativity, and even power to overcome the cat. But how does she know that? I mean, after all, this is just a symbol that's hanging over her head. What if she doesn't know that she has that, but everybody else does? She's had to take this moment to think things through. You see how her back curves in one direction, and this cat, the kitty's back, is curving in an opposite direction. That means that the energy will meld and fit together. I also want you to realize a few little other things, and that is, on the surface, I mean, who can take on a lion? Right? That scares me, and I'm fearless. But she had to. I want you to realize that this is a card where this young lady had to take on this lion for whatever reason. And you see, that's where it says it doesn't matter what the situation is. She had to just take this kitty on. Well, what did she do? She thought things through. She understood that she's physically not capable of overcoming that cat to a certain degree. So she's got to figure out how she can do it. She's got to use her noodle, right? No hothouse lilies for us. So what she's done is she, knowing that she's fitting into this situation because of the curves are all symbolic, she has figured out, let me see if I can get this close. She has figured out, you see, oh, that's a good one there. Okay, she has figured out how to grab onto that cat's mouth and demobilize him. Basically, is that a word? I think so. And you see how his little tongue is coming out there because he's trying to lick her, trying to get away from her. And this is not a situation where she's saying, oh, here, kitty, kitty, let me come and pet you. You know why? Because look here. Let me see if I can get over here. He's got his little tail between his legs. What does that mean? He's scared of her. The tide of the battle has turned. She's now in control. And what else does she wear? Because look, she's figured out that if she grabs his jaw and holds it open in a particular way, this is a Leo card, my darling. It's the zodiac sign for Leo. Leo the lion. But she has figured out that in this way, he's scared to death. He can't function. So she has overcome. Here's how we know she's going to overcome this situation. You see this over here? This wreath, and sorry, I know I've got a green screen on, but I think you can figure it out. She's got this wreath here on her head and the same wreath material, I'm going to say it that way, around her waist. It is protecting her. And the wreath above her head is a laurel wreath of victory. She's overcome with strength. Sometimes strength is your mental strength. I certainly don't have the strength to take on a cat like this one anyway. Hello, I take on mine and I can hardly deal with it. But that's a good one. This is a good one. And I'm going to tell you another one. I'm going to show you another one today. I think that is very important before we go and say goodbye. And I want you to keep watching because I'm going to make these streams. And if we can come on tonight with Miss Melanie, we will definitely do it. And I tell you what, I'm hoping that we do. So Miss Melanie, if you're watching, let's go for it, girl. Melanie, listen, this will be the grown-up slumber party that we wished we always had. We're going to be talking about some things that, and I'm going to tell you, I don't think, quite frankly, because when people interview her, they talk with her, but let's talk to her. She's one of the gals. Let's talk to her. Let's see what makes the cupcake tick. I'm ready for that. All right, now I want to show you this. I don't know what night it's going to be yet, my darling. I'm thinking tonight, if I can get it together. I'm thinking tonight, and then we'll still go live tomorrow night for the Seeing Crime, but we'll go live. I'm thinking tonight, so I'm going to email her. She is so adorable. Beautiful inside and out, and it's rare to find people like this. Okay, I found what I'm looking for. You have listen, this strength card goes for each and every one of you. You've got more strength than what you could ever. Put yourself in a dire strait and see what happens. You come out looking like hello. And that's what happens. I love it. All right, I'm going to show you this other card, because somebody asked me about that, and you are in the chat, and I'm going to talk about it because this also is about today. You know this gal. She is the High Priestess. And someone talked to me about what does this B and what does this J stand for. But before we get into this, okay? Before we get into this, I want you to know that this High Priestess is all about the hidden mysteries of life. And hello, Lionsgate portal, once a year? Take me there, right? Color us there. Color us in. Now, she belongs, I'm going to say, right here. That's right, Miss Wilma. That's you, my darling. That's you. And I'm so glad that you asked this, because I wanted to share this with you today. So thank you so much for your question. Miss Wilma asked me in the chat, in the comments, what do those columns mean? What? So now here we go. And this is an addition, and I think it works very well with this Lionsgate portal. So we're going to put the kitty down because he's now been overcome by our lovely lady. Here we are, my darlings. This beautiful High Priestess card. I think you all can see it very clearly, even though I've got a green screen on. She is the counterpart of the priest. She is the beautiful, mysterious chick with hidden knowledge. And that's why I'm talking to you about cheat codes and keeping things to yourself. Walk into a room like the cat who ate the canary, and you're not going to say anything about it. That's this card. Now, before we get into the columns, you see she's holding the Torah on her lap, and it's because she holds it. This is something that she has with her constantly, and she holds that very dearly. The Torah are the first 5 books of the Bible written by Moses, and they are called the Septuagint in the Greek. All water, the life force, comes from the High Priestess robes. Do you see this moon crescent up like this? That all has meaning, and that is holding the energy in tightly. Now, she has a cross around her neck. She's very spiritual. She's a believer. She has this tapestry behind her of pomegranates, which is a symbol of luxury, of wealth, and it is very symbolic from even biblical days. I'm going to say it that way. Now, here's the important part. The B and the J, black and white, opposites attract. But the B stands for Boaz, and the J stands for Yakim. Now, what are those two? Well, the B is like on the left. I'm sorry, it's on the right. I'm looking at myself and I'm mirrored image. It is on the right. The J is on the left. It is a representation of masculine and feminine, of strength and weakness, of power and wanting power. But it is definitely representative of the two pillars in Jerusalem at the Temple of Solomon. Is that not neat? I love that. Now, there is so much hidden mystery in this particular card. You can use this for Mercury retrograde. You can use this for Lionsgate portal. Look, between these two, have a nice day. That's basically what this says. There you go. You got everything that you need. You got the spiritual side and you've got the strength side. But one more thing about this lovely high priestess, and that is she is in the middle between the two columns, which means she gives the balance that is needed, the balance between strength and not so strong, the balance between abundant and not so abundant. She is the one who gives this beautiful balance. Because look at her. I mean, she's the chick you'd like to have on your side. I can tell you that right now, my darlings. There's counterparts. The priest, well, let me show you her counterpart. Okay. Because it all has something to do with today, the Lionsgate portal, because these are things that you need and you should have. Okay. 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 And you know, there are some cards in the deck that I refer to as the King Solomon card. The King Solomon card, kindness, the ability to rule, and knowing. I said the priest card. It's actually the Hierophant. Hello? And guess who fell to the floor? So she's got a message. Our chick, our friend, we're going to invite her to the slumber party. The high priestess, this is her counterpart, the priest, the Hierophant, who is the zodiac sign for Taurus. It's a card where you need to overcome. And you see there's plenty of symbols down here. We'll get into it one of these days. I'm going to get into all these cards and their symbols. But there's plenty of, so when you read the cards, my darlings, there are hidden meanings in these that sometimes you just don't realize that are there. And realize that there's just so much better. So yes, full moon tomorrow. Yes, absolutely. That means your rice jars need to be on your sills today. And it needs to be getting, now I store mine upside down like this. So the rays of wherever can go in. Okay. So anyway, there you are, my darlings. This is the portal. I'm going to see if Miss Melanie has answered me and is ready to come. I'm thinking if she can do it tonight, we'll do it tonight, but I've got to confirm with her. Yes, your rice jar should have a lid, But if you don't have a lid, I mean, I've used foil in a pinch. I've used wax paper with a rubber band. Don't let anything stop you. Put a plate over it. Hello. Anything and everything can work in your favor. You guys are so awesome. Keep watching. Okay, standing stones use the olive oil and the cinnamon. Good. Give it time to activate. But my darlings, that's what we have for you today. Hold on a minute. Rosebud 4, Zelda, maybe sometime you can do a show on the major arcana court cards into different segments. Okay. And I have a little surprise for you as well. And I was going to hold out, but I can't hold out because I ain't good at holding surprises because I get excited. I believe, and since we're talking about King Solomon and indirectly Lionsgate portal, everything else, this is a good time to read the Proverbs. And I am a full believer in Proverbs. And I'm going to tell you, it is life-changing. If you read, there are 31 books in the book, 31 chapters in the book of Proverbs, all about King Solomon. If you read one chapter per day for a whole month, your life will change for the better, for the positive, whether you like it or not. So I know some of you don't have time to sit and read the books of Proverbs, the chapters of Proverbs. And my little project is going to be to record each chapter for the day for the book of Proverbs for 31 days. That's a big undertaking, but I'm going to do it because we all need it. And I'm reading it myself, so why not read it and record it? And then all of you can listen. It will be under a playlist in True Oracle, the book of Proverbs, and you can listen to it at your discretion and at your leisure. Because the books of Proverbs are totally awesome. Why are they awesome? Well, first of all, King Solomon was the richest man in the entire universe, even to this day. God made him so wealthy. Why? Because he was a good steward. King Solomon has nothing in his Proverbs but advice. One I love. A nagging wife is like a dripping faucet. Think about that one, fellas that are listening. And there are a lot of advice. So I'm going to do that. And I'll make a playlist. Give me time to get it out. Hello. Because I want to do it justice. And this is kind of the thing that I teach anyway. So you just never know when you listen. You just may get a little bit of teaching of the word the way it's supposed to be taught. Not that I'm all that and a bag of chips, but I'll teach you what I know, and it is life-changing. So my darlings, with that being said, I want to thank you for being here today. Stay tuned because tomorrow, hold on, my dear Standing Stones needs a rice jar. And you know what I did at first? I had sliced mushrooms. When I first heard of this, I went scouring in my cabinet. I had sliced mushrooms in a little jar smaller than this, half the size. And I poured those sliced mushrooms out in a bowl and made sure that I was going to make something with those sliced mushrooms. And believe me, I put it to work. I started out little. He was little mushroom glass jar. You really should use glass if you can, and clear. But anyway, scour the cabinets. I know you'll find one. I know it's going to be awesome. My darlings, stay tuned because Miss Melanie Little is coming to the house of Zelda and True Oracle. And just keep watch because I'm so bloody excited to have this beautiful lady that I can't stand it. So I'm going to say goodbye because I want to make a special intro for her if I can. So thank you so much, my darlings, for being here. Another wonderful time spent with each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here and allowing me to share life with you. And I'm so excited about this. You see what the 8-8 portal did? While I'm talking to you, Miss Melanie Little emails me. Hello. Just bloody well, how much attraction can you get? I love it. And you can do the same thing. And you will. There you go. Thank you so much to each and every one of you. The show will probably be at 7 or 7:30, maybe even 8, just to make sure that we can accommodate this. Because listen, I would trek through the jungle and come on whatever time Miss Melanie wants to come on. Because she's just electric. She's an electric cupcake. I love it. So, my darlings and the cupcakes out there, don't miss it. I'm going to make sure that I post this immediately when the time comes. Much love to you. Oh, hold on. Hello. We have something here. I didn't read, and I would feel like a jerk if I didn't do that. How dare you? I love it. A member for 4 months. Bravo. This morning my body said rest, so I am. Good for you. You need to. Good for you. Now, I will tell you that I forgot what I was going to say. Isn't that lovely? Because I'm so excited. I'll think about it when I say goodbye to you. But I'll talk. Memberships. Make sure you've got your memberships because this Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern, that's New York time, America, I will be reading your cards. So get your questions ready. Get ready. How do you become a member? My darling Miss Martha, we're not going to leave until we figure out how we can get you to become a member. When you come over to I don't know if you're on an iPhone or an iPad. Those are a little bit more difficult. There is a link in the description that you can click on. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So you have to go on your browser, not your app, but in your browser if you're using an iPhone. Pardon me, iPhone. Okay. So you'll have to go into your browser and use your browser and come to this, and then you'll see join, and you click on the join button. Or if you scroll down into the show notes, you'll see that in the description, there is a link, and the link is awesome because it'll take you right to where you need to go. So reach out, my darling, if you're having difficulty. I don't know, Captain, are you there? Let me see if I can grab a link. Before I just get nuts, let me just see if I can grab a link. Hello. Let me grab this link for you. I'm not going to let go until we know you've got it. So I'm going to put it in the chat. Give me a sec. Just give me a sec. As Mel would say, talk amongst yourselves. And the problem is I don't have time to go get a blowout, right? Don't have time to go get a blowout, because, what happens? I'm a talker. Oh, wait, let me see here, my darlings. Here we are. Let me see. Join this channel and get the perks. And I'm going to put that right in the chat and we'll pin her there. There we are. Where did you go? It disappeared on me. Hold on, guys. The chat disappeared. There we are. I got it back. Hello. So there is the Bravo. There's Martha, a brand new member. Hello. Thank you, Martha. I'm so happy that you're here. That was easy. I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Captain. Thank you. There you go. So anyway, my dark, thank you to each and every. Got it? Yes. Thank you so much, Martha. Welcome, Martha, to the full. You're going to love it here. Welcome. All right, my darlings, it's time for me to skippity-doo-dah, skippity-yay. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine heading my way. Skippity-doo-dah, skippity-yay. Mr. Bluebird's on my shoulder. It's a truth, it's factual. Everything is satisfactual. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. Wonderful feeling, wonderful day. See you all later. Love you. Bye.